One of the things I like to talk about is, obviously I'm legally blind, which is kind of an odd thing. Is there such thing as illegally blind? But it's in the years I've done different things, and Texas is famous for a lot of things. But one of the things that people don't know about Texas is we're famous for blind people can drive in Texas. It's very unusual. How many blind people out there driving? It's legally blind, so we can actually still see a little bit. As you were saying in the bathroom, I can see the top 2 lines of the report. The eye test was about it. So one of the things that's kind of funny, I went to go get my license, and I had to pass the test. So the way I did that is they give you these binoculars, basically they're mounted in glasses, like 3 inches, but are really long, very odd looking. So I get my license, and then I go to the next floor and I get a handicap license plate for being legally blind. And so I always just thought that was the weirdest thing that they would do both of those things here in Texas. And my wife, she can see, so I married her sighted lady so she can drive me around. She thought it was really funny one day. She was gonna send me to the wrong bathroom because I can sometimes tell, not always, but it's not like California where they have a triangle, but in Houston you might even have a triangle for the women's bathroom. But Texas has no rule, I guess, with that. So she was going to stop me before I went in there, but I had to really go, so I went real fast and she didn't stop me. And it was just kind of weird. I'm going in there and I can see a little bit, so I was like, wow, there's a lot more stalls in that I remember in here. And so I get in there and finally I'm sitting down, there's a seat in there that you pull it out and sit on there or something. I don't know what it was. Later I found it was a big person there. Finally, it all dawned on me. I looked over, I saw a little dispenser. I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong bathroom. And so I just basically waited until I didn't hear anybody else in the room, ran out of there and screamed at my wife. That was pretty bad. So, another thing, I used to go to a school for the blind. And they used to take us to all these kind of trips. And one day we were driving back from one of our trips for building confidence, they take us rock climbing and stuff like that. And I hear the sighted lady in the front of the bus, talking, and she sees something, we're passing something, and she goes, "It's a cactus farm." And we're all like, "What?" So they pull over and they take a bus full of blind people. So we're going around petting cactuses. It was outrageous. Most of them weren't too bad, but every once in a while I was like, just tell where your friends were. And so when I was in school, they made us wear blindfolds, so I literally couldn't see anything at this trip. So it really was, I was literally just doing little things. It was just awful. So back to the driving stuff. So when I used to drive with my binoculars, I took my best friend to college. He thought it'd be hilarious. So we're gonna go test drive a car. So I'm in Brownwood, Texas, going to Howard Payne, I don't mind for that. And it's a small, the showroom was one car. So it was like a glass tube or rectangle. And I said, I want to test drive that one. So we go okay, so I used to pull it out of the cube. And so my best friend gets in the back seat, and the guy gets next to me. And I didn't have a cane at the time. This was before I went to school for blind and learned how to use it. And so I sit down and I have this little box. I open it up, I pull out these binoculars. I said, I have a slight seeing problem, and I just took off. My friend said that was the funniest thing ever. So that guy's eyes got so big. He's like, what have I got myself into? And that was just a lot of fun. I like to mess with people that way. But so I'm doing over 3 and a half, 3 months.